Vim Kingdom. I guess it's a poetry book in 40 parts. It's kind of a narrative thing. And you'll find out what it's all about. And for the audience and for the readers, I'm just going to say the number of the poem. Everyone wait a second. Then when I start reading, you try to read along. And then you're going to really want to do it each time, but no clapping until the whole thing's over. And then CL used to be standing there, but now there's some sort of fabric frog. And the fabric frog will very kindly advance the slide with the calling out of the number of each section. I'm Chris, Amanda, Ella, John James, Ree, Renee, Sean, and Susie, but I'm guessing everybody knows all that. All right, Kermit being Vim Kingdom. 1.
Energy pretzel neutral. The small boys pass a lighter around. Torture a shaved ice animal as a girl walks up, takes a lighter out of her dress pocket, breaks it, pours the fluid all over her hand, and pauses, turns, nods, the hand glitters. Her hand licks, she sways it dramatically, second punches into the animal. The Rorschach sky animals drift, different overhead, unable as deeper into the alien. Angels sharing a bunk bed in heaven, he's there for fun.
We can go a little slower. 2.
Raccoon hands because black latex gloves on the girl, romance textbook of ladies with pictures on their skin. One type of person only, or maybe the same person, and cropped the images of sigils at schools in the computer lab online, slipped off the site of president portraits in a grid, as if the periodic table of the elements, the colonial man morphed through time, mutton chopped clean, mustachioed clean, bearded clean, long hair but practical, her mother with partner hair earrings, her dad's head of hair a bucket of sand.
And anyone call out they need a water break or whatever. 3.
Mom and Pa, a new pun, or everybody knows that, so anyway, you readjust to slip and sunshine, a fiber optic haywire and no practical use like information inflation, information that is no information, and yet embodied data of sensory attempts and readjustments. The electric burner, the only thing not memory color, so make tea all alone now. The coil fades in inhales cigarette color, the birthday work of waiting for another stuffed dog named what? Cupcake or pancake?
4. Like the golf. 4.
No coloring book left, so wine into an art supply store, like a hardware store for children. A happy, the monotone cashier brays how human dolphins, the opposite, pee and breathe freely or in the discomfort intervals. An intractable activity resets up, down, and on, and vice versa. They have the inverse experience. The dolphin's little fingers hidden in fins, prepared back onto land's psycho-assault. 1 million years, 2 years ago in the Walters Art Museum, a mud plate with a great man's ship, all made out of poop smears brown. The triangle waves in front of the ship, full of dolphins.
5.
Only Highly magical, the schemes of creatures, the people all translated out. Nobody's a witch, the entire earth barren as the moon that follows us anywhere we go. 2 years ago, next day on the airplane, and through the concourse, a girl with a blanket tucked tight over her lap, and around and under legs, a mermaid in a wheelchair. Terminal happy hour, the ports, the airports, etc., the exposed ends of wires of the city, ready to connect to the world wires. Zap, you're in your own bedroom. Zap, you're in the Empire State Building. Zap, grandma, zap, lift an inch off the ground. I heard it from the back of my head. Family tonal smile.
6.
Like cantaloupe, honeydew, half with a spoon, you help push the damp paper towel down and in and out of the lid trap. Little hammock, a small dark gray cloud in your hand. In the parking lot, lines like French fries. The sky like that, the small curves like French fries, and zips like a snap into the spot, and out of a metal frog, a father of business, puffy eyes like donut glasses, carries a rectangle saddle, put it on the horse desk, the frog butt said 911. Secretary coffee like a candle corridor. I put my arm straight out, push tab, the water jug farts into its own big head. Red or blue, on the table of treats, a baby jack-o'-lantern.
7.
Tin-type outdoors, the sun like the end of a pencil eraser. The big shaggy pine tree sways in the wind as if hula-hooping, and chalkboard lightning. The invisible teacher ticks taps it, wipes it, split seconds scattered all over the sky. I don't know where they are now next.
Water break. Hydrated. Hydrate. Okay. 8. The
Great Wall of China, like branches of rock lightning on Google Earth. The dinosaurs buried in the Como Wall. The girl walks a tightrope in the den at twilight or down the sidewalk pre-storm. A micro through slate. Meat burp breaks the spell. At the restaurant, the grimy man in the counter window pierces tickets on a spike like villagers impaled.
9.
Cherry blossoms like trees of tums, and tums scattered all over the ground. The packed snow when you walk on it feels and squeaks like styrofoam. Now though a dog 2 blocks away, as if a bad spot in a photo, it barks like crushed cardboard boxes. I move through play layers, I steal it from out of the yard. Things and things smaller than noticed. You can plan your dreams all day. I do, and sleep an epic of mischief about cooperation.
10. Jim
Henson's weird sincerity accuses all of you. Are you even alive? Do you add to it? Do you playfully harass friends, enemies, families? In the right light, a worn old penny's got that hip-hop, pink, underpainting look. We're sick of that shit. We want noises of edges, Montessori adult daycare, non-man-made rooms such as caves, plastic alchemy of imbued feelings so intense the toys burst into sunlight and calmer and okay, the snail as RV patient retired beneath the celestial chant. All voices ever launched, and what they said caught in the atmosphere together. You hear it in concentric spheres into space. At recess, you relearn the right way to yell at children.
11.
Diablo, World of Warcraft, Minecraft, Roblox, engage me with literal virtual strangers and kill them and kill me and raise the dead up, stood like a candle in a shirt, the head fire, speaking the animism I want to hear, my headset me, also them, my own voice, a ray of darkness and a negative prism, reverberated shape crystalline, and as if echolocation you could shape the whole world of it, an esoteric box of candy-colored good or evil, a dungeon-colored good or evil, a great fortress, a tower, a gasoline station. I asked my question, pontificated, the borders of the map change at scale, ever and ever more intricate, a fractal almost, and so is there a true perimeter.
12. Go quick.
Quiet, pee bubbles like inside of a loaf of bread, and do not flush, and careful, no donkey door hinges, and oh yeah, headset back on, ready to go. But what in the what the fudge, buzz, crunch, digital flame noise, huge whoosh, crackle, a stuck buzz, buzz droning a couple seconds, then lasso-like, buzz droning a couple seconds, then lasso-like. I scavenge my brain, little brown beef idea carcasses in pits all over the battlefield, and so angry yesterday, dad mad turned said Prius anus, a sorcerer's incantation. I cry inwardly as to be heard in the depths or in the stars. The fatherly command to all angels and demons, O Prius anus, ixpe arme, arce arche.
13. An
Amped up of cosmic disdain, ominous pity, annunciation of correction, and then a jingle like the liquor store door, a glass grape smell. But who is this? Oh, I think you know who. Passed away, Mr. Harry's last can left. Dad took it from his fridge to our fridge in the basement. You saw it, a secret see-through mountain, and red and gold letters, a big red R. The change of temperature of household, all sweaty, upset, all nervous, so anxious. I think I listened, its teeth chattering. It heard tell of the news beyond the frontier, over waste, volcanic, and ash of a land overrun of ogres and wolves, the cyborg catastrophe. Oh, hark to this hymn, the messenger, we do not know those things of the spoken and speaking, beating the crimson and ornamented character that stands for that of what our gods themselves are ignorant of.
quick sip.
We all lost it. It's like somebody hit us with a mic all at once.
14. Blue
Holes in the cloud cover, blue lakes in the glacier, the earth or the sky in the mirror. I picked my way down the slope, cadavers of trees like charred flesh, evidence of the trees alive as any creatures of having been alive. What unknown now upright in the landscape as if pig bristles and he, some kind of parasitic mite, crawl upon the blackened skin of endless, the wild war world, free charging through space into an ever deeper and deeper blackness of no stars at the end of it all. And time, the pyroclastic wall, the dematerializer in an instant, and at each instant, total obliteration. A toothpick skeleton, point blank at the cannon muzzle, and all the black space the bore.
15.
I came to the untranslatable bridge, untranslatable because the dialectical term for it means something like intestines or bowels, and both for the strange ropey construction from an unwitnessed plant fiber unknown in that or any region, and also for the vertiginous feeling, the height and uneasy, untethered motion the bridge over the gorge will induce the traveler, however intrepid or world-weary, the bed of the gorge 1,000 heretic star lengths below it, and completely encrusted in vast shattered geodes of spectral chaos. And so, as I this day stepped onto the initial frayed cross-rung, the phantom of our dual system nurturer blazed full in the extent and in the juices upon the chasm, as if floor-footed and unimaginably immense golden barrel that rolled in place precarious and felt all effort of advancement of Venitas as hollow as one's heart felt. I felt myself a figure in a stained glass image, suddenly aware of its intrinsic entanglement with its world as pain, and of the inexplicable hell moment without reason or divine attraction before we lowered into the furnace.
16.
Hell's mouth of the portal of each step, that the body threshold illuminated itself outward, like winged disc, expanding and contracting in sequence, as if the infinitesimal segments of an infinite centipede, and I, the primitive signal en route throughout the extent of its ungodly mechanism. Hours, days into dawn, I ride at the terminus, desireless to gaze backward upon mine eternity of fortitude, and lo, as if since creation, a crone crouched, ragged, incredulous of my presence, mine approach as predetermined in her visionary eye, unto her physical no eyelids, and a hand of fingers like unto a centipede, as well also did range all over her comportment. She said it was the centipede singular, the single seeing the world over, of time no bounds of duplication, none neither, and yet no double, its name and only name common, the centipede of elemental renown, the centipede, Mr. Whiskers.
Talk about an eternity of fortitude. Sitcom. All set up? All right. 17. 17.
Vessel, point of contact, tangent, liminal, literal, lambent, soil, solus, pencil of lines, vertical axis, orthogonal, normal to surface, paradigmatical, flora of soul, solus, amphibious, emergent, tactile, raised, jagged, rotational, proportional, predatory, ocular, along, conical, helix, conclusion of sequential analysis, Mr. Whiskers, mixed parallel, any two great circles intersect, domicile, combustional, asymptotic, biological function, domain range, Mr. Whiskers, nix, egress by radii, nor concentric sector by sector, arcs decreasing area 0, arachnidical fraction, extreme terms of proportion, series absolutely convergent, nix extant 0 simplex, equivalence relation, Mr. Whiskers, no transformation of coordinates, no organic diagram, nor know the ruler alone will never lead us out of the field.
The
girl carries the can of beer from the basement through the kitchen, through the laundry room, out to the garage, and places it a moment on the floor, and unlatches the hood, and raises it, and holding the can, applies dipstick, lipstick to the can, and eyes and reverses previous steps and out to the backyard, with the can now visaged and able to speak directly. I saw in a majestic western city a fire warehouse, the colossal timbers charred black and views inward exposed in the general collapse inward, and now one can see into a far-end laboratory, the pristine row of commodes revealed as if teeth in a burnt corpse.
19.
The boy from across the street, now in the yard, he snatches the beer can with curious fingers, smudges his face, frowns, cracks his skull open, life force fizzing like crazy, she shrieks, lunges, he turns, lunges at air, him taller, older, he stiff-arms grabs, when she kicks him, her hair high-pitched wails and thrashes, he shoves it, still small enough that possessed immediately, he belched in adrenaline, and bitter old man breath goes and her after, and his foot rolled a sec, jabs right his board and on just as he pushes off, propelled and propelled, perpetual, his speed and distance increased, and her stopped, stunned, all air knocked out, huffing, thinks, and counterintuitive, backtracks, devastated to the driveway, and tips her bike up and slams the pedal first, catching and righting the wobble, and momentum pursues.
20.
Seen live from the top of the drive, the boy curves down along the campus entrance, and now goofy foot past a few empty picnic tables. He takes his thingy out and beams one after the other a bench of community college babes, sprayed at gas and flailed back, or instantly jumped up. Ah, can't believe, screams, sighs, and himself now shocked, proud, and unreal, so taken out of the flow of it, hesitates a millisecond around the storm ring, and wheel twitched wrong goes down in a thudded, harsh clacking, body and board dough ball like a big fat fist with rings on it, smashing down half accurate on a table base. and arms and thingy, road rash as if he got ironed, and nearby, still cool in observation, a chill student swirls a jar of iced coffee, the tink-tink like a bloody mouth full of loose teeth.
All right, halfway over. Sip. Anybody need a sip? Sip free zone? All right. 21. Bruh.
Bruh. Two-pack leader anti-incels after attending as brief as needed. The chicks stand peeved as fuck right on top of where the kid is the kid. All fucked up, mangled, and off. And how the fuck old even is he? He looks fucking bad, dude. I don't know. Let's get him up. Nah, I don't know. Don't touch him. He's got a weird as fuck look on his face, and look at that, his little brat's all fucking bloody and shit, dude. I don't know. I think he's okay, but fuck, what the fuck, man? That's messed up shit. Fucking pissing drive-by style on those dudes. That's, I don't know, that's kinda unhinged out of fucking pocket, bro.
22.
Spirit of the can in the eyes of the girls, they splash it out in the bathroom. Tears, urine, water, water, water. Makeup goth. That little bitch, I know that kid. He's in the same grade as my brother. You look like shit, girl. That bitch fucked. You know it looked like basic bitch to you anyway. Why don't you go suck Jake's cock again? Isn't it your bitchy gerbil ass nose feeding time again? Fuck you, slut. I gotta get to class, y'all stink like a UTI. No, unlike you, I didn't have a couch-sized fat bitch jumper on. Yeah, I guess you just got it on your face like you're used to, slut. Love you too.
23.
Walk the bike back, the cherry blossoms as if popcorn, the flat straight bit of road ahead, a slight sheen to it, like VHS tape pulled out taut, a washed car in the driveway, snot plugs in the nostrils, you breathe tiny, a weak whistle, a baby asthmatic bird, a jogger like a sludgy kangaroo, jogs past from slow behind, back of the head and of the mitt, unthinking earbuds in mommy daddy, and that sweatsuit couple out front of the apartment buildings, a sweatsuit couple that gets high, neck tats like vines, stenciled and airbrushed on the gas tank. For a second you think something is a mirror, but it's not your reflection at all.
$24. The number of hours this seems to be going on. That's self-deprecating. All right. 24. The
package reads, keep burning candle within sight, a warning or a command. The days one after the other, like a sequence of identical cinder block rooms, and to go from one to the next, a saltine door, and all day you have to lick the door until it is the pulp you can push your body into and through into this room you have been in, and maybe the activities of your life are not linear, but rather side by side in space-time loops that you fade in and fade out of, like I'm brushing my teeth in this particular apartment loop. And so maybe the best analogy is this might date me a bit, whoever I am. like a casual girlfriend, get it? Is that it's like a mellotron, the retro keyboard where each key triggers a playback head on a pitch tape loop unique to that key, so a row of however many tape loops, in this case like activities, and the song you've definitely heard with a mellotron on it is Strawberry Fields Forever.
25.
Houses like school milk cartons left unpicked in the lunch line until fire like a hand grabs one out of existence somehow. But not just yet, for now, a wall of dense pine trees behind them, as though a crude woodblock fire, and in the negative space between the tops of the pine trees, literal upside-down pine trees of sky, in my hand a blank index card with a hole punched in it like a cheap interior door with no doorknob, and an intense dense light pushes itself in a tube through the doorknob hole like a hot glue gun stick. I pose with a fish stick cigarette. I do a couple slow, exaggerated, held tight down and snapped open blinks to get it all right, kind of reality peekaboo.
$26. Around
9, I had a dirt bike craze, never rode one, only drew pictures and watched races on TV and looked at magazines, but now mentally as an adult, I need one, and to make a huge stunt jump over my later teen void in order to get back into that enthused child mindset, so I can continue this story viewpoint accurate as to consciousness, but without any residual muck picked up from going straight through via that aforementioned teen void, or to close little mind, big mind circuit. Another option examples the Swiss painter Pia Fries. I first read about her in a Dave Hickey book, who's also a harsh, fun artist as a writer, and kind of a legit poser, if you will. But anyway, for her, she basically finger paints on steroids, but with brushes and other things, not fingers. But it's all incredibly gnarly and thought through, also with bits of screen prints, and makes you feel free and excited. That here's finally a real adult like Ornette Coleman with his glitz, glam, pizzazz suits in the 70s, and that fried macaroni piece, plastic saxophone, that honks, cries, laughs, brays, wails, cheers, rages, that put deep shame into anyone not living their shit shits out.
$27. One,
technically two more to get it out of my system. Any adult asides and tangents and dumb obsessions with complicated existence, such as time within eternity, and past and present trauma, and how to do anything, and communicate logically, and get anyone to understand and love you. So there's a found art thing I made while on lunch in a patio courtyard at the used bookstore in Baltimore called the Book Escape, where I worked, where there was a tall bookcase outside strictly with thrillers on it, and I took the names of individual books and used them as individual lines, and quote wrote the following, which I also posted 5 years later on Instagram, and got 8 likes thus far for it several years later. And once you read this one, I promise you get back to the original idea. Thank you for your time. Without remorse, the secret lovers step on a crack, a suggestion of death. Angel eyes, silence, wildfire, the Afghan nightfall, outlaws, the minotaurs, speaking in tongues, thrill, the first patient, immortal vector.
I'm gonna do a sip. All right, 29. All right.
My scenario is one predator drone, and it is possessed by the dead and or alive spirits of three beings already talked about. One, the girl; two, the reindeer; three, the centipede, aka Mr. Whiskers. And so they form a three-in-one entity, like the Trinity, and likewise paradoxical, my scenario, also three predator drones, and each demilitarized or maybe tweaked out of the intended functions, and the triple unison brain in a magnetic meaty bird's nest like a bowl of spaghetti bolognese that kind of sloshes around the spherical brain bowl, internally remaining perfectly level like a steady cam. And the first image, reconnaissance, is a flat rooftop in a perfect perpendicular deluge. Each big rain splatter looks like an instantly appeared and disappeared empty shot glass. And specific to the era I observed, current country music should be called county music.
On
Full blast, yeah, Baja Blast. Ain't No God in Mexico by Billy Joe Shaver. And what sounds like a noise cataclysmic of a galactic electric shaver on an infinite crescendo, but it is in fact a Red Rover global ring of mini bikes on which rides an incalculable band of all countries, all social strata, child soldiers, absolutely voluntary, because all dying of child cancer, with bald head flower bows and Toy Story pajamas, and all free aged self-appointed bestial celestial angels, high on pure happiness, altruistic bliss, and a literal trigger warning from here on out because they have caught the scent on the air of the egotistical cologne that on the men who starch their spines to stand upright and beg the children with a head as their team of horses, a hurricane full of Atlantic expanse, Saharan sandstorm, like a belt sander. They find them in their neutral homes, and in their neat chairs and poolside, and in their meetings, and in their jets, and in their crypto wallets, and in their mausoleums, and in their afterlives, and in their rebirths, and with their fury of water and sand and mini bikes and whatever else the strength of their happy fingers allows, they resolve the men of their connection to the world. Unhexed earth and flora that hangs like endemic bats under the wallpaper clouds of heaven, plucks itself into a global confetti of 16.7 million 32-bit colors that now softly, gently, waftingly descend and lay themselves without imposition upon each square inch of man-made, God-made, non-made reality, beyond and within which no depths to be found, nor plumbed, nor plundered, only this hospitable pastoral carpet, as lush films of eyes, as if prismatic glazes reflect ad infinitum, in liquid outward generosity, this view of observing being, they gazed on, as the transformation itself, but transformed in an infinity of flowery, showery, diaphanous gingham oxygen.
As
If a life-size sand art volcano exploded into a benign rain of safety glass diamonds and pure powdered pigments, synthetic iron oxide, natural iron oxide, titanium dioxide, cadmium sulfosulfide, benzene, nickel titanate, anhydrous chromium sesquioxide, complex silicate of sodium and aluminum with sulfur, indanthrone, manganese, ammonium phosphate. All surfaces of the world radiate like Italian ice, and platinum Rubas vacuum up the excess as if family-friendly party drugs. A blue-white-blue unit length of static charge between everything until emptied out into sand mandalas of children as teacup deer centaurs in overalls and handmade tennis shoes, four each, and prepare a meal together, and the sun now a broken off section of the honeycomb like a paragraph buzzes. Multiple jumps, checkers, taps of their hooves in the kitchen. The children as teacup deer centaurs dump gnocchi in a pot of boiling water. They're taking their shoes off to be polite, and 80 droplets that splash from the pot wink with a sparkle in the air. The little doughy tuber larvae look up, eyelash from their bubble spa, and hope to be so tasty that the bashful one rolls his plump starch body and eyes back towards the water, and yet still spies the children's smiles in the bubble, popped here, popped there, in the royal and tee-hee. One child gathers and curves another's tail as its own mustache, a proper chef de cuisine. Just as the prim, tidy taskmaster mechanical timer strikes his own buzzer with a flourish within etiquette, as if on a riotous but educational game show, it knew in an instant the answer: 4 minutes, or until all descend.
The
Pine nuts play at avoiding the pestle as they whip a step ahead. The velocipedes in the velodrome order their clothes folded on or hung over the rim, and a bit mashed into paste, and the rest of another. Then minced garlic, olive oil, salt, and parmesan, and chopped basil, leading down into the fun, aromatic, and pulverized into a new nano existence of mutual chemical, but pointillistic, being the sharp snap on the tongue from their continued cooperation, as all particles hold hands, until a bite divides, and a tough chomper, and farewell friends, goodbye, we have done our work, and we have pressed what we could of our essence and determined vocation, and before we leave it all in a ship shape. We smack dangled from the windows, the rugs, and the dirt, jolts off suspended for a moment like the stars around Earth. Long uncarved feast table, out under the stars, the brilliantest of the children converse and agree that it is time to point out the prime constellation, the one of strange mystery, and yet they themselves saw it, and struck wonder and fear, so inquired and inquired understanding. Follow right there, yes, there, that constellation. It outlines mommy and daddy on their bed, as if a rickety old handcar at speed down the track to the station of the new siblings, and swaddle now home. The fresh bundles brightly murmur, and the older ones take care and play parent and do a bit. They pick up a bit, they hold close and coo, wriggly babes back into slumber. The snored breaths and trembling limbs indicative of dreams.
Sip, sip.
Could we get a can passed over here? Unless there's a bottle or anything.
You want spice? There's a warm can.
A warm can?
Or have a flat still water. It's pretty cold. Oh yeah, still water?
Oh yes, that
Where's the
exists.
rubber?
Oh, I
Here,
can vote.
it should just go over there either way.
Yeah, let's.
36. Arm
Half asleep, full of tingles, like arm shape of universe, and tingles galaxies, gift of stars around a supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way, like golf balls in a washing machine. A Mandelbrot set free shadow, and the sun as if on the other side of a sheet of paper. A cigarette touches, and the sunlit tulips, hot air balloons, typewriter or nail gun, novel or hovel. The day builds around the still there, lacy, delicate moon, like Mother Nature's doily.
37.
Through the window screen, the world looks needlepoint. A swirl on roof mountain, a beaver dam of pine needles in a roof gutter, the noon sun, a carat coin at the Gestalt birthday party, shortwave dial laser music, talk of usernames as literature, rainbows as the original primordial contemporary art, and a conceptual flower bed that spells out, don't look at my flowers. Noise grind of whole being, or maybe family trauma, garbage disposal, landlocked, they crash through a band of child pirates, their eye patches, nicotine patches.
38.
In the foyer of the future, the universe turns itself in, all emerge from the India ink car wash of the past, extinguished logic, downgraded to alive. A leaf blower hits a bank of leaves like everybody won the lottery. The sunset hits a cloud like sushi.
39.
Clouds reflected in a lake like wads of toilet paper, and one cloud drifts over an oak as if a shower cap. I reach for my phone on the nightstand, new hotel, New Testament, and do my internet errand, rethink from nowhere, out of the Siberia of childhood. An empty chair on the lawn sits in itself, shot of pre-life solar system, but also, and also, under the road from either side, trees' roots touch playing footsie.
40.
Hurricane, whirlpool, tornado, waltz of junk drawer images, a synthetic counterpoint, like an accordion, one half typewriter, each guitar string the side of a cube, I pretend to be bad for real, one bad day away from ecstasy. Me, a chihuahua or pug, walks fast, my legs on and off, light switches, the world dancing, thinking in the strobe. Faces look up at the moon like junior moons, and anybody fails or unfailed or shh, it's after hours. Janitors on the dance floors, 9 billion dreams on that planet